Joining us here in the studio, we have Tracy Jepson and Stephanie Heston with the Kansas Ballet. They're finalists for Arts Connect's Artie Award in the Performing Arts category. How are we, ladies?
Great.
Congratulations on the nomination and finalist status here.
Thank you. We're so excited.
Very excited. Thank you so much.
Very cool, very cool. Okay, so let's have the elevator speech about the Kansas Ballet here. Which one of you wants to give that to us?
I can kind of, yeah, I'll give our elevator speech. So the Kansas Ballet is here in Topeka, and we are working to bring professional dance to the Topeka area, along with education for local students, but just kind of raising that bar, something different that the Topeka area doesn't have, something Kansas City, New York style, world-class performance.
Mm-hmm. That's right. I'm originally from Topeka, and so it was important to me that it's the capital city. We should have the same kind of ballet that other capital cities have. So that's basically our motto.
And Stephanie, what's your role with the ballet?
I'm the artistic director, along with my husband, Alexander Smirnoff.
Okay, and Tracy, what's your role here?
And I'm on the board of directors with the Kansas Ballet.
Very good, very good. Okay, and where were you guys born at? You said Topeka?
I'm from Topeka.
Okay.
I'm a local Topekan as well.
All right, great,
Yes.
very good, very good. See, Kansas taking over the ballet from Topeka right here.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Who was your biggest influence?
As a dancer? Well, there's several, but as a child, I really looked up to the great Russian ballerinas, because for ballet, Russia is, that's the last stop, really, or the first stop. And so there's a woman, Irina Kolpakova. She was a frequent partner of Mikhail Baryshnikov, who people may know. And I looked up to her as a child, and I had the fortunate to be able to work with her for 5 or 6 years in Indianapolis. And that really shaped how I teach, how I coach, and how we develop our programming. So
You've been all over the place.
yeah, after graduation, I graduated from Seaman, Northside.
All right.
And
what?
yeah, right. And I moved to New York right after high school, and I was able to get, luckily I got a job right away dancing. I didn't have to wait tables or any of that. And I stayed in New York, based in New York, and toured all over the East Coast for 5 or 6 years before moving to Indianapolis, which was where Kolpakova was. So that was my main motivation in moving out of New York, was to work with her. And yeah, and my husband, that's where I met him. He's Russian.
Very good,
yeah.
very good. So, Stephanie, because you're into the dance here, what was the 8-year-old version of Stephanie doing in your free time?
I think the same as I'm doing now. Basically, choreographing dances in my mind, dancing around the living room. Is it okay to admit I dance around the living room?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, I started at age 3 taking ballet, and I was very fortunate to know that's what I wanted to do right away. So, and it's a singular pursuit, so you miss out on a little bit of the normal childhood, but a lot of times people say you don't choose dance, dance chooses you, and that's how I feel in my life. So.
What about you, Tracy? What were you doing when you were 8?
When I was 8, I was actually dancing as well, not to the level that Stephanie was, but with a local studio here in Topeka. I'm also from Seaman, so I got lots of north side over here. And I love to perform. I love to be on stage, whether it was working with Civic Theater or different theater camps, dance. I loved it. I feel like I was dancing about 5 days a week and just really enjoyed it at that age, but it was more of a hobby for me. I knew that wasn't where it was going to take me in life, but it was something that I just loved being on stage.
And as two native Topekans here, what would you say, if you were going to say something about Topeka's art scene from where we were to where we are today?
Well, so I left in '95, so now you know how old I am, after I graduated from high school. And
22, right?
and being a teenager, maybe I didn't necessarily experience the wider art scene, but coming back, my husband and I moved back 3 years ago, and I was pleasantly amazed about all of the new developments that have been happening with Noto, and just all of the symphony is really taking off in a great direction, and it just seemed like now is the perfect time to get started with our dream of bringing ballet. Ballet is kind of the missing puzzle in the larger professional art scene here. So, what about you?
Yeah, and I feel the same way. After college, I lived in the Northern Virginia, D.C. area for about 5 years, and really enjoyed all of the art that I could get to out there, the museums, the live performances, that kind of thing. And when I met my now husband and was going to be moving back to Topeka, I was a little nervous. I thought, I'm really going to be missing out on all the culture and all of the opportunities that we had out there. Moved back to Topeka, and again, I was pleasantly surprised about how there was just this force that's growing, and it just feels like it just gets bigger and bigger every year.
So many passionate people here.
Yeah. And it seems like every time you turn around, there's somebody else, and they're connected with someone else in the arts, and it's just really growing, and it's almost like this kind of like hidden community that's really just kind of growing and really starting to show itself, and I think it's exciting. I think it's a really exciting time to be any age in Topeka. There's some sort of art that you can connect with.
What would you guys like to say to the person or persons who nominated Kansas Ballet for this award?
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for believing in us. We've only been around for 3 short years, and we've tried very hard to get out there and already give back to the community. We've had over 40 free community outreach shows in 3 years, and we brought in over 10 professional guest artists from around the world, around the country, around the world. And sometimes we feel like we're only doing that for our small group of dancers, but this award, having this recognition, makes us feel like we are making a difference that we want to make in the community. So
yeah,
it's great.
It feels like people are noticing that we're different, that we're not just another, there's not just another dance studio or ballet studio in town, that there is something that sets us apart. And I do think it's our professionals that we bring in, and our level of dance that our academy teaches to local students, and it just gives Topeka something different. And so, thank you for recognizing that difference in us. It's a great honor.
It's humbling.
Yeah,
humbling.
Very much so.
Yeah. What would you guys like to say to the other nominees in the category?
Oh, it's great to be among so much talent. I mean, Kyler is an incredible, children's performer.
He's
and
amazing.
Yes. I love him.
My daughter loves him.
He's so much fun. He's so much fun to watch. And the performances from like the booby trap, like you feel like you're in good company, and you know that it's. I feel like any of us can win, and would be happy to see anybody taking home the performance award. So it's good company.
It's an honor just to be nominated.
Yes.
I never thought I could actually say that, but I mean it.
Yes, but it really is. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Very good. And where would you guys like to see Topeka's art scene in 5 years from now?
I think we're on the right path. I mean, I think what I like about Arts Connect is that there's a lot of small groups, like we're passionate about ballet, and other people are passionate about the
writing
and the painting and all of that. And so we're really starting to. I really am making connections with other groups, and we're doing partnerships. Last year we partnered with artists from Noto. They painted our backdrops for the Wizard of Oz ballet. Wow. And
we partnered with the symphony last year at their Christmas performance.
As well, yeah. And I see lots of partnerships happening in other venues, and that's exciting. I think the more we can do that in Topeka, the better it is for everybody.
Yeah, I think Topekans are very lucky with where arts are going in Topeka. I think with the Jayhawk Theater coming along the way that it is, and looking forward to having a new venue to come to, the exciting performances that like the Jazz Workshop is bringing into Topeka, and TPAC getting such cool shows coming in as well. I think Topekans are fortunate that they no longer have to always depend on going to Lawrence or Kansas City or Wichita for the types of performances that we're now starting to get.
It's something to be proud of.
Yeah.
Very good, very good. Okay, so we wrapped up the business part of the interview. Now we have the lightning round part of the interview.
Okay.
So we put basically 60 seconds on the clock. Since there's 2 of you, we'll go back and forth, okay? So we will start with Tracy on the first question. We're going to put 60 seconds on the clock, and go. In your opinion, what was the greatest movie ever made?
Grease.
All right.
Yeah, Grease.
What was what big name celebrity do you idolize the most?
I'm going to go with Baryshnikov.
If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
Flying?
Oh, I was going to say that.
Good
Yeah.
one. Do you have any tattoos?
No.
All right. If you could only take one personal item on a trip to Mars, what would it be?
Probably a book.
Oxygen, maybe.
Oxygen.
I guess that would.
All right, that was
smart. Who are the top 3 people that make you laugh the most?
My husband, my daughter, and my students actually make me laugh.
Very good. And what's your favorite kind of sandwich?
Probably an Italian sub. Yeah.
All right. And who's your favorite artist?
I'm partial to Degas.
All right. If you were ice cream, what flavor would you be?
Strawberry.
All right. And what's your favorite kind of music?
I really do like classical. I'm cliche.
All right. And both of you, for this next question, who is your favorite local talk show host?
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Chris Schultz.
Good job. Perfect. Well, I thank you so much to you guys. That's Stephanie Heston and Tracy Jepson here with the Kansas Ballet finalists for Arts Connect Artie Award. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us.
You bet.